Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, October 19, 2022, and this is the third day of this social media experiment where I'm just going to track my trades for 5 days and show them to you and try and explain them to you as an experiment. I did about 22 trades in all, and I'm finishing the day at $5,287. So that's good. Three nice days in a row. I think so. For 3 days, I think I'm around $15,000 now for the 3 days. So let me go over some of the ideas. So I'd said, the whole point of this started out is I'm going to go over all the trades and I'm going to do it in 1 hour. Well, today I traded for about 3 hours. Difficulty though is this is a lot of trades and I am just not going to go over all these trades. It's just too many. So to that extent, I apologize. I'm just not going to do it today. What I did do is this morning I started out at 1,000 tick. So on Monday I did 133 tick. Yesterday I did 512 tick. Today I thought I'd do 1,000 tick. I did that for most of the morning, but then I switched to 2,000 tick, which is my favorite. I've been trading 2,000 tick for a long time now, so it was very comfortable to me to trade at that level. My muscle memory is calibrated to 2,000 tick, and the 1 minute, 2 minute charts is a new thing for me, relatively speaking. I traded that years ago, but I've been trading tick charts for a long time now. So to go to 1 2 minute is a bit of a difference. But 2000 tick is my home, and I do love it. So let's just start with the beginning of the day. So I start today trading my own money, and when I'm done with that, then I do this little paper trading experiment. So what did I trade with my money? Bell rang, popped up. Nice. But I don't trade after the bell. I will let it settle out. I like the 10 o'clock-ish time area. Usually the market makes a decision around that time. And sure enough, here it was. It popped up, it went green, went down, did a retest. It's a thumbs up. To me, that's a Santa candle, right? The result of a retest that signifies continuation or a very high likelihood of continuation. So I made my money here in this run. Within I don't know, 20 minutes, I was done for the day. And I did the paper trading experiment around 10:30-ish for about 3 hours. And if we collapse this and look at the trend lines, because the trend lines tell an important story. So the first trend line that was important that got broken was this one. But even before that, when it fell back below the 50 EMA here, I felt that it was just going to sink. And we've seen this before time and time again. When market tries 3 times to rally, once, twice, 3 times. I mean, ignore this little pop after the bell. So 1, 2, 3, it failed. It can't rally, it can't do it. So now panic is going to start to set in. And sure enough, that's what we're seeing here is panic. People trying to lock in the gains that they've made. And of course, short sellers just enjoying the ride. So it's the 3 times a charm. That's what I call that. And today it happened again. And I thought, wow, here we go. And sure enough, there we went. That's why I made, over 5 grand today. Just because I've seen this pattern before 3 times and a sink. Okay, and if you're not convinced, here's a nice trend line from here to here to here, and it got broken. And this is the low of pre-market, which I think it was pretty darn close to the low yesterday. It hit it, did a little pop, but failed, to really recapture it and fell below. Once it fell below, it really fell hard. And another thing that we see very often too is sort of these little candles in the beginning, right? Prices on impulse power. It's a bit of an arm wrestle. The bears and the bulls are just arm wrestling it out, Broke below, then we go from impulse power to warp speed. All of a sudden, it just does a meltdown. Whoosh, whoosh, and whoosh, whoosh. We see that a lot too. So I was trading in here. This was very hard to trade, and I made some mistakes because it's flat slope. I'm a momentum scalper. I need slope because slope means momentum, right? I need slope and air. So finally we got some slope. Finally we got some air between the moving averages. So that's when I had a very nice rest of the day. If I wasn't doing this YouTube thing, I might not trade this flat slope at all. I would just wait until it kind of makes a decision. And again, I play color shifts. So it broke this trend line, came down, went up a little bit on just a regular Heikin-Ashi chart. We see some pops of green here. Broke that, right? Meltdown further. Went to kind of a pennant where it finally made a decision. I broke above the 50 EMA back to green, where it shot up nicely. And this is the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart, where it hit it and then hit it. Now we're seeing an M pattern, and it kind of broke down a little bit more. Let's get rid of those. So now we have slope, we have air, and what do I do? My thing is color shifts. Went back to red, go short. Here, it never even went gray. Just go short. So it did pop red here, but didn't go further. But this is where the market is starting to churn to do a turnaround. Okay, my dog was barking in the background, so I had to go and swish him away. So one idea I've had recently, which is that moving averages should just simply mirror the 50 EMA on different time frames. And this is a really wonderful example of that coming to light. And I think this is a winning kind of idea. So this is the 2000 tick chart, and I've removed the flags. I just want to talk about it instead of going over every trade. So on these tick charts, for me, it's the 12 EMA and the 50 EMA that are the most important. Whether it's 133 tick or 2000 tick, I don't really care. It's just, you just always see that, right? It did a retest, it popped up, that's when I went long. Did a beautiful little kiss here, the 12 EMA. Started to curl, that's when I went long again. Up and up she went, done for the day. We see price react to this 12 EMA and 50 EMA just all the time. All the time. Fell back down below the 50, fell back down. Right, we're downtrending, we have these red clouds. Fell back down below the 50. Even if you get long in the pop, you just get out at the 50. I don't want to say it's simple, because it's not simple. Here's a beautiful one. It's making a trend line. It fell below, did a retest, gave a thumbs up, right? A Santa candle. What does that mean? Well, typically it means it's going to go nicely in that direction because the market takes that information very seriously. Another little M here. If you're not comfortable just waiting for it to shift red, then wait for like an M pattern or for a trend line to break. I call these money lines because they're just money in the bank. Now we see a money line. I mean, sure, go short here. Didn't go much further. But look what we have here. Popped above, doji on the line, popped up above again. Okay. So what strategy am I following? That. I look at the 50 EMA very carefully and play color shifts. Again, on these 1 minute, 2 minute charts, they're colored according to RSI. That helps. Okay, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Woohoo!